Everyone, head coach Ben Olsen here for you. Ben, your thoughts on that result? Point on road, a tough place to play.
They're a handful, man. They are a handful. They got, when they made some moves, they made some changes in their attacking crew that, again, they're just strong. They're dynamic. They put some soccer players on that are, again, keeping them off the board is very, very difficult. But their trend is they're going to score on you, but you also can score on them. So I think the game overall could have went either way. They certainly have a few chances. We obviously get the third that we thought we had, which is disappointing. And we're a little bit disappointed that we had the lead twice and gave that back to them. And so that part has to get a little bit better. But overall, as far as a long week to come out here, we went to LA and back, took the home game, then we went to here and back to Portland. That's a lot of travel. And so I'm really proud of the guys and the way they hung in there and fought tonight.
Cool. All right, we'll start with Rudy. Go ahead.
Hey Ben, congratulations on that positive result tonight. Seemed like everybody had that fire in their belly tonight. Do you think the players were more aggressive, knowing that maybe be a while before they get up next game?
Yeah, it's human nature. I've been there, and I think I've seen it go two ways, right? I've seen guys already checked out. They know they have some days off, and they're not. But that's something we speak about. And I thought, again, just the overall effort from the guys tonight was fantastic. And man, it's to come here against this team right now who's hot. And again, I'm just amazed at the attacking talent that they have. They're bringing guys off the bench. It's a tough team to keep off the board. And you almost have to outscore them, and we almost did.
The team had quite a few, one-touch series of plays, especially in the first half. Curious if that was part of the tactics, or is just the guys' increased confidence and chemistry.
I think just one-touch soccer is part of the game, and it's part of our, in a lot of ways, it's when we're at our best. They pressed us pretty high, and they did a good job of it. I thought the first half we just didn't get into the structure enough. We didn't threaten behind. We didn't stretch them in the back, and it made it very easy for them to press us. Part of that was the profiles we had on there, mixing up the lineups and making sure we were more maybe pragmatic in transition or in the defensive end to clear up some holes that they like to jump into. And sometimes it worked. Sometimes I thought it cost us some possession. So I'll take blame for that. But then we went after in the second half. I think we started to press a little bit better. We started to, I think force them back with some wide play. And overall, threatened them. And I thought the second half was much better.
And last one from me, Coach. Arlo had another great performance that included a goal line save. Due to your thoughts on Ethan tonight?
Obviously I'll have to run it back, but right now it seemed like a really good performance. And again, we'll look at the goals and figure out how we can be better there. The one is, again, if I remember right, it's just a turnover, a pretty simple turnover, and that's what they feed on. And it's just like kind of LA, in some ways it's Colorado, so we were used to it this week of teams that are really good in transition. It seems to be a common theme right now in this league, and the attackers are talented, they're strong, they're fast, and there's a lot of money being spent on them, so there's quality at the end of all of that. So but overall, Ethan seemed like he had a good game and a good year so far. It's nice to have three center backs that you don't lose sleep when one's out or you have to rotate.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, man. I know yesterday you talked about Seba and getting into positions, getting in front of the goal instead of his goal is kind of right place at the right time. Is that part of his maturation kind of as a number 9, and how important is that for you guys to have guys in front there when the balls start loose like that?
He was a warrior tonight. Again, he's not the biggest guy, the understatement. And he's feisty, can collect the ball and help us relieve pressure. And he's doing a better job of, learning how to be at times a more traditional 9. And again, it's every game he gets a little more comfortable in there and finds the relationships, and also then finds ways to manufacture opportunities. And he did that tonight. He even did it on the one where he, the one that was offsides, and that would have again just trailing the play. So he's growing in that role.
And then just Hector's assist to Coco. You struggle to find a better pass, I think, around the league anywhere. But just having that ability and backing your team again, how important is that to be able to unlock a defense like Hector can with just one pass?
Well, we were debating whether or not to play Hector in this game. And after 2 games in 1 week, LA travel, Colorado home, and for him to put a 90-minute shift in like that, it shows you what a great athlete he is, and that hopefully responds in the right way, and the knee is gets through this, because that's a really good sign that he's just on his way back to being the Hector we know. But the pass was just world class, high level stuff, and again his play and in the build up in the lower areas of the field where he had a really, really good game. So it was nice to see him, in particular after the load we put on him all week.
Thanks, Ben. Safe travels.
Thanks.
All right. Juan, go ahead.
Hello, Ben Olsen. First of all, congratulations on the away points. I wanted to ask you about Brooklyn Reigns. Back-to-back games that he's got in first team minutes. Can you tell me what you guys have seen from him, either in training or with Dynamo 2, that have warranted this increase in minutes?
You said it. Dynamo 2, man. We use it and we believe in it, and we've used it last year with Griffin, and Mika came from there. Brad got some games coming back. We have so many guys that went down there to get games and minutes, and when we do that, we're there and we're watching and we're gauging it, and we think it's a great area or a great opportunity to show that you're one of the better players in those games. And when you can do that in a consistent way, to me that shows that you're back. And I don't think that was always the case with him last year. So that's part of his growth is to make sure he's humble when he still goes down there and plays at a high level. And if he does that, those performances get you on the first team field. And that's I'm so thrilled for him the last 2 games, because I know it's been rocky and his expectations are high to be playing more first team minutes. But there's a process to this, and he's responsible for it. We're responsible for it, and we'll just keep trying to push him along.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, we'll wrap it up with David. Go ahead, David.
Hi, Ben. You told us that the goals were going to come, right? And they have, besides the offside, that would have been 2 games in a row where you guys have scored 3. How does that make you feel going into the game against an unfamiliar foe like Atlanta?
Yeah, I think it's nice that even on the road, I think we're putting up numbers, and we worked at it. We're working at it constantly. We're trying to fine tune some things and push the guys, but in making real actions and being moving with conviction in and around the box. And at times we weren't doing that, and we have to make our own luck. And eventually the goal was going to get bigger for us, because when you put up this many shots and your expected goals are where they were, it's going to fall. You have to trust it a little bit. But it was a frustrating period for us because we were playing so well and not getting the goal. So it is nice. Hopefully the goal continues to be big for us over the next a month or two, and then we can start climbing up the table. It's important for us to step away right now. 4 days, we're going to not see each other, and I think that's important at this point in the season. And coming back with the right mentality to get better and understand that we're hanging in there, but there's a lot more to this team. And when we do get back, a renewed sense of urgency to start climbing up the table and maximizing points, finishing off plays, being more stingy on the defensive end. There's a lot still to be desired of this group, and I'm looking forward to the days off, because I could use them too as a coach, and then we're looking forward to getting back to work.
All right, sorry, one more. Herman, go ahead, and then we'll wrap up with you.
Hey, Coach, in the face of adversity or visiting a tough place like tonight, you often see a team's true character come out. And look, you mentioned it, despite conceding the lead twice, it was evident that your team was still seeking and looking for that third goal. And at the end of the game, when it needed to come together and defend the goal to make sure that you left this place with a point, they did just that. I just want to hear your thoughts on the team's resilience and determination, man.
Yeah, it's certainly the most. That's the. I think the aspect of this game that stands out to me is, one, our ability to score on the road, and that's an important thing. But again, it was gritty. There was a lot of blocks, goal line clearances, some saves, putting your head in some tough spots, helping people out. A lot of guys digging in physically after two games in a week and a big trip to LA, and then again a long flight here. These aren't easy, and just to see the guys rally and look after each other was, as I said before, proud of that. And then again, it's a little bit still, when you get a lead twice in a game, in particular in the second half, you want to see that out. So these guys are disappointed. They understand there's a lot to it and the resiliency and getting a point on the road, but they're disappointed. And I tell them that it's crazy how expectations have changed with us, and these guys expect to win on the road, in particular when you get a lead in the second half. So there's still a little bit of disappointment, which I think is healthy, but they also understand this is a good team. They're hot right now, and a tough place to play, and to grab a point keeps us moving along.
And you touched on the travel, how exhausting that can be on your club, but I mean, your main starters, they put in a shift Wednesday night, and then again tonight. Can you speak on their fitness? Because that's impressive.
There were a few guys that we thought we were going to have to sub earlier than we did. We thought Hector would have to come maybe early, or Amin, and we rolled the dice. Coco, I mean, you name it. We could have put a fresh guy on for him, but I think because we have the break afterwards, and you read the players, you see them after the Colorado game, energy was good, the color in their face looked good. They were, they wanted to go. They do a good job of rehabbing. Got a great training staff and a good sports science department that's getting these guys ready. These athletes can do it a lot better than we used to. They take care of themselves, and we also take care of them. So it's a nice combination where you're able to kind of put these guys out there more and more. Again, a lot of guys had to dig in, and the subs came in, I thought, did a very good job as well. Ibra had some good moments and stretched them. That was a little bit of a change for them because we didn't have that piece on the field. And then Griffin and Eric and Brooklyn all did a good job. Good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. We'll